Hi everyone. So today I just wanted to talk about the recent announcement by Immigration Minister Sean Fraser about students and their work rights, as they will now be allowed to work more than 20 hours per week for the next year. And I just wanted to go over what this might mean for you if you are currently studying in Canada and this applies to you. So firstly, why has this come about? The Minister explained in his announcement that due to the current labour market shortages here in Canada, there is a need for students to work more hours. So as a result, they have temporarily stopped the limit on 20 hours per week off campus to allow students to contribute more to the economy whilst they're studying. Now, in doing this, it's really important that students do not forget about their studies. That should still be a priority. Completing your studies to a high level and abiding by the conditions of your study permit is still the number one priority for you, given that that is what will deem you to be eligible or not for a postgraduate work permit, and subsequently later on then to qualify for enough points to get your permanent residency through express entry, if that is a route that's of interest to you. So who does the temporary measure apply to? The temporary measure will apply to international students who have off-campus authorization to work on their study permit, so that is most international students, and are currently in Canada. So currently here, physically present in Canada, studying in Canada. It will also apply to applicants who, as of the time of the announcement, which was October 7, had already submitted their study permit application if their application is approved. This is not a permanent change to international student work rights in Canada. This is a temporary measure which will allow students to work full-time or as many hours as they like between November 15, 2022 and December 31st, 2023. So only during that period, if you're an eligible student, will you be allowed to work more than the 20 hours. Before November 15 and after December 31st next year, you will still have to stick to the 20 hours per week, with full-time hours permitted during scheduled breaks from school. One question a lot of students have been asking us is whether this experience, as it will be full-time, will count towards their express entry application. Unfortunately, the answer to this is no. Experience gained whilst you're a full-time student, regardless of whether that is full or part-time experience, does not count towards calculating your CRS score for express entry. Unfortunately, that rule has not changed. There was also some other interesting information shared by the Minister in his recent announcement. So firstly, IRCC have been working hard to increase how many study permit applications they have been processing. In the period of January to August of this year, of 2022, they have processed 23% more applications than they did in the same period of the previous year. Secondly, IRCC is also launching a pilot project to simplify the processing times of study permit extensions, which currently comprise a large number of the study permit applications received. So this initiative will automate processing, which is good given that extension applications have a very high approval rating. They're not very complex, and the applicants have previously been approved for study permits already, so likely meet the criteria. In 2021, 97% of extension applications were approved, and so far this year, 96% have been approved. So as part of this pilot, a small number of applicants will see their study permit extensions processed much faster than normal processing times. If successful, the initiative will then be increased, with the goal being to increase processing times, improve client service, and then free up more time for the IRCC officers to focus on more complex applications. Finally, if you would like to learn more about your work rights in Canada as a student or about the recent announcement, then there is a blog post available on our website on this topic. And if your questions have not been answered in today's video or by reading the blog post, then I would encourage you to book a consultation with one of our lawyers who will be happy to help. Thanks, everyone.